Yo, what up, what up, what up, what it do? How's everybody feeling? Thursday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Might be a little earlier in your side of the neck of the woods, might be a little later in your neck of the woods. But here we are back again, once again, Beat Economy 200. My name is Clifton. I'm the host and judge for tonight's battle, in case you don't know. We got 16 producers ready to get it in, locked and loaded. It's going to be another crazy battle, one for the books. A little bit of sad news or unfortunate news. Unfortunately, because of things outside of human, activity or human nature, acts of God, we'll call it. The Wody and Lincoln battle once again will not be going down because there's a power outage in South Africa right now. So, if you're in the Western world and whatnot, there's certain things you have every day that you kind of take for granted that you just have. You just flick a switch and lights go on, or you flick a switch and lights go off, or you turn a knob and the stove goes on or whatever. But other parts of the world is not always that way. You know what I mean? So they get power outages, and that's just the way of life, in some places of the world. So unfortunately, power is out in certain parts of South Africa. So Wody unfortunately won't be able to lock in today. So it is what it is. Now, there are some other producers from South Africa who submitted their beats early, so they happen to get in. So we got a lot of South African representation. We just don't have Wodies present with us for the battle tonight. So we'll still get that battle to happen, Lincoln and Wody. This is the second time it had to be postponed, so we'll definitely get to it. But for right about now, for those of us who are in, as I said, you're in that part of the world where you're just fortunate. Things you take for granted, flicking on a switch and turning on power and heaters and fridges and stoves, but it ain't like that for everybody. So salute to Wody. He was ready to go, but unfortunately, he can't get his beats through just because of power outage going on in certain parts of South Africa right now. But the battle will go on. We still got a lot of other South African producers in the building. We got Aquarius representing South Africa. We got JL Beats representing Pennsylvania. Kalo also representing South Africa. Solo representing Long Beach, California. Jet Runner representing Virginia. Slick Ranger representing Queens, New York. Shout out Southside. The Man with Many Styles representing Virginia. Midnight Special representing California as well. Faker Winey representing Portugal. Shout out to Portugal. We got Dexo Beats representing Texas. Cedar Freak representing Connecticut. Uisuki representing Colorado. Lincoln Crux representing Botswana. Nono Swagger representing Wisconsin. Kid Marvel representing North Carolina. And last but not least, we got Chappie representing Toronto. All right, so anybody who wants to join the battle, the link is in the chat. Just click on the link where it says to register. It's all in the chat, so you just follow the thread. You get a link to register. Direct link, take you right to the page to register, submit your beats and whatnot. We do it every Thursday from here on out. So Beat Economy 200 producers put up $25 to win $200. You're battling 16 producers from all different parts of the world. Let the better beat win. We hear 2 beats at a time. I'll judge the better beat for that round, and then we move on from there. So first round is best of 3. Second round is cutthroat 1 beat. Third round is cutthroat 1 beat, and then the finals we get back to best of 3. So yeah, that's pretty much the rundown of the battle. If anything I forgot, I'll mention it later. But anyway, let's get to the battle. We're gonna jump right into it. Last battle we went almost 3 hours, so we're gonna try to chop that down a bit. Sometimes if a battle is so close, like the beats are just so evenly matched up, then we do a 15-second snippet of each beat just to make a definitive, who got that round. Because sometimes you hear 2 beats and it's like, they're both so dope, it's hard to pick one. So I'll play a 15-second snippet of each beat again, just to kind of reinforce who I think really got that round, and then we keep it moving from there. All right, so with that being said, let's jump right into it. Shout out to all the people, the chat, the viewers and whatnot. Shout out to all the producers, those on the sidelines watching and waiting for their chance to jump in. Feel free to jump in whenever you're ready. But for right now, we're going to jump into it. We got the first producer up is Aquarius representing South Africa. and JL Beats representing Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. All right, so Aquarius is going first. Both producers play the beats for 60 seconds, and then we're going to get into it. So, Aquarius, you going first. This beat is called Cook Up. Goes a little something like this.
And I'm not sure why I need it at an aquarium anyway.
We setting the tone, blowing out people's eardrums from the beginning, from the get-go. Right out the gate, eardrums are blown. If you want to register a little MDXX, it's you submit your beats at the link in the chat. There's a link in the chat. Follow the Battle of the Beatmakers thread. Of course, you can't battle in this battle because the battle is full, but next Thursday you could jump in that. All right, so just follow the link in the chat. Little MDXX. JL Beats, your turn. You heard what Aquarius is coming with from South Africa, blowing eardrums out. Let's see what you got to say in response to that. This beat is called Dark. 60 seconds. Let's get to it.
Jack got the heat.
My bad. We got a little confusion with the J's. A little confusion with the J's. Jet Runner J and JL Beats J. There was a little confusion in the logistical stuff. So we're gonna ignore that you heard that. We're gonna save that one for later because we're gonna hear Jet Runner later on. But this is JL Beats beat. This is called Babushka. 60 seconds. Let's get it.
JL, this is crazy.
All right, we're going to do a 15-second snippet on the strength of you might have got thrown off by hearing the wrong beat. So to make sure you hear both beats back to back, I'm going to play a 15-second snippet of Aquarius followed by a 15-second snippet of JL Beats. And then we're going to determine who got that first round. 15 seconds, Aquarius. All right, that was 15 seconds from Aquarius. Let's get to 15 seconds JL Beats. All right, so that was 15 seconds of both producers. Aquarius was heavy, very hard. Bass was blowing out your eardrums. Wasn't a whole lot to the beat. It was just kind of like bass. Kind of remind me of a throwback to Dead Prez. This is hip hop, or hip hop, with just bass. Although that's, not to compare with that. That's different time zone. But that kind of vibe was just sub bass, just bass. I think in the creative aspect, I think JL got this one just based on it. It wasn't hard hitting. It was very mellow, but it was put together well. The composition was put together well. Aquarius was just straight bass. So first round, we go into JL just on the execution of the beat. You don't always have to be banging people over the head, although that could also win. But in this case, the composition, the technicality of it, first round to JL. But we're going to see what the second round holds. 60 seconds, Aquarius. Second beat, 60 seconds. This beat is called Anthem. Dipset style. Let's do it.
And I'm not sure why I needed an aquarium anyway.
So that was the second beat from Aquarius. I think he executed the bass a little better in that. It wasn't just, overwhelmingly heavy on the bass, but a little melodic to go with the bass, which kind of balanced it out a bit. JL Beats, let's hear what you got for the second beat. This beat is called Barang Dong. He going crazy with the titles tonight. Babushka, Barang Dong. Let's do it. Barang Diggy Diggy.
JL Beats.
Right, so that was JL Beats' response. I'm going to do a 15 snippet on this one as well, because this could be the end of it, but I want to hear a 15-second snippet just to give the benefit of the doubt, both producers. Aquarius, 15 seconds. Let's get to it. Anthem.
And I'm
That was 15 seconds from Aquarius. Heavy on the bass. JL Beats, 15 seconds. Barang Dong. So, heard both beats again. I'm kind of sliding with JL on this one. It's kind of like a clean sweep on this, but I want to hear a third round just to hear what they had. All right? So, kind of sliding with JL on this, but I want to hear a third just to hear what they have. We're not going to do this for every round, every set of producers, but I just want to hear. Aquarius' second beat wasn't that bad, but I do want to hear what they had for a third beat. So, third beat, Aquarius, 60 seconds. Beat is called Cook Up. Let's do it.
Most talented.
I mess with that, Aquarius. I mess with that. JL Beats, let's see what you have for the third beat. This is called Here I Come. 60 seconds. Let's do it. Right. Okay. Aquarius, that beat was nasty. I liked it. I liked it a lot. But this beat, you know what I mean? JL Beats, man. I always tell producers, and it's kind of a cheat code, when you use the right reggae sample, it's a problem for the other producer. That's just because the art of battling, like, that's like a sound clash thing. You know, that's what they do. Sound clash. You know what I mean? So when you bring a reggae sample and you bring the right one and you chop it the right way, you already got a step up just based on that. But, you know, that's a cheat code. Do it if you will, if you want, if you do it right. Anyway, JL Beats, you're going to be moving on to the top 8. But Aquarius, you definitely did your thing. First time on the platform. We got a lot of first-timers tonight. I think more than half of the producers are all first-timers. So salute to all the producers that finally, you know, got tired of sitting on the sidelines and decided to jump in the ring themselves and you know, put the best foot forward, and they doing their thing. So salute to Aquarius. We hope to have you back next week, the week after. We're doing it every Thursday, so whichever week is all good with us. All right, with that being said, let's keep it moving, keep it grooving. We got Kalo also representing South Africa. As I told you, South Africa is in the building heavy tonight. Although we don't got Wody in the building, we still got a lot of other representation from the south coast of the continent. Solo, Long Beach, California is in the building. Cali, all right. Kalo, you going first. Solo, you going second. First beat from Kalo is called Tried in the Fire. 60 seconds. Let's do it. right, so K-Lo taking us to church real quick. One time for your mind. Solo, let's see what you got to say in response to that. That had good energy. That was definitely a good energy, churchy kind of vibe. Ingenious Wave, yeah. So for those that caught on a little late, the Wody and Lincoln won't be happening simply because there's a power outage in some parts of South Africa. So he couldn't get his stuff submitted. So we'll still have that battle at another date. It just couldn't happen tonight. Acts of God. What can you do? All right. But yeah, South African producers definitely have that gospel in their blood. Solo, let's get to it. See how Cali does it. 60 seconds, LBC. Let's get it.
Every cycle's running waves. 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 Every cycle's running waves.
All right, so that was the response from Solo, LBC representative. He said, then comes the devil. So Kalo representing the God side, Solo representing the devil side. So with that being said, let's do a 15-second snippet, just a snippet, just to see if God or the devil wins this battle. All right, 15 seconds, Kalo. There goes the God. Now let's get to the devil. All right. In this particular battle, I think God got it a little bit. So we're going to give the first round to Kalo. I think it just was a little heavier. The whole composition, the vocal chops and all that, the whole overall vibe of it. Not to take nothing away from Solo. Devil always gets their thing in and does their thing, you know. But I think God's side got it for the first round. All right. But let's get to the second beat. See who got the second round. See what they have in store. Is it that blue one on the shoulder, or is it that red one on the other shoulder? Kalo, second beat. This is called Vision. 60 seconds. Let's do it. That reminds me of something that I could just hear Cameron, Dipset. It brung me back to that kind of vibe. Dipset, Cameron, Jewel's doing their thing. Freaky doing his dancing. All right, that was Kalo, second beat, South Africa, doing their churchy thing. Let's hear what the devil has. Solo, you said you represent the devil tonight, so, you know, that's what we doing. That's what we doing here tonight, God and the devil. That's what everybody's dealing with in life every day. But anyway, let's get to it. This beat is called The Hillside Strangler, 60 seconds, Solo, LBC. Let's get it. I like that vibe. I think Kalo's was a little. I'm kind of leaning toward Kalo on this one, but I want to hear a third round first of all. Before we whatever. Kalo's was dope. I like Solo's vibe. It was a different kind of energy between both tracks. But let's go to a round 3 in this one just to see what they had for the third beat. Kalo, you going first. This beat is called Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed. Okay, straight to the point. Let's do it. He was a god on one side. Now he's assassin. Go figure. 60 seconds. Kalo, South Africa. The God has become a killer. He is the Assassin's Creed. All right. So that was Kalo, South Africa. Now let's jump on back to the LBC. Solo, third beat called Let It Sway. 60 seconds. Let's do it.
Solo. You're now rocking with the best in the beach. If not that, you're the best in the biz. 'Cause ain't nobody fucking with DJ Solo. I slid right by the 60-second mark. I was in a zone. I like that. That was proper for the third beat. Overall, over all three,
I'm saying Kalo got this one, but Solo had some nice selections of tracks in there. The second and third one, I was leaning a little bit more so to those two as opposed to the first one from Solo side. But yeah, it was definitely growing on me. I'm sure we would have heard more heat as you build up to second round, third round, and whatnot. So salute to Solo. LBC always coming through doing their thing. He also does a Twitch stream, so if you want to check him out, he also does mixes and whatnot here on Twitch. So you can always check out my man Solo and get some more of his mixes and stuff. He's a DJ, producer, and all that stuff. All right, so shout out to Solo. In the chat, he's going by Beats Rhymes Soul Productions, just in case you're looking for the name Solo and don't find it. Beats Rhymes. Okay, there you go. There's the website in the chat. And if you're ever in Cali, hit them up. Long Beach's Most Wanted, I believe it's called. I believe that's the name of the studio, Long Beach's Most Wanted. But check them out. Check them out if you're ever in Cali. So with that being said, South Africa is moving on to the top 8. Kalo, first time on the platform. Once again, we have, as I said, we got a lot of first timers, and you never know what they're gonna come with just because you never heard of them before. Don't underestimate. With that being said, we're gonna keep it moving. We got Jet Runner from Virginia and Slick Ranger representing Queens, New York. Shout out to Guy Brewer, Southside Jamaica, Queens. Got some family over there. Shout out to the whole fam in Queens. Jet Runner, you going first, which means Slick Ranger, you going second. First beat from Jet Runner, which you actually heard a snippet earlier. This is the actual beat here. 60 seconds, Jet Runner. Let's do it. Beat is called Dark.
Jet got the heat.
That was Jet Runner. As you always know, Jet Runner doesn't come to play. He just goes straight to it. So that was first beat, VA representative. Let's get over to the East Coast real quick, although VA is East Coast as well. But let's get to the New York side of the East Coast. Queens, New York, the home of a lot of legends like the Nas's and the Mobb Deeps and Mega, Nori. Slick Runner. This beat is called The Village. 60 seconds. Let's get it. Looks like there's going to be a lot of these 15-second snippets tonight. I'm kind of riding with Slick Ranger on this, but I want to hear a 15-second snippet first. And then we're going to find out what it is. So Jet Runner, 15 seconds from the track called Dark. was 15 seconds from Jet Runner. Dope, dope, dope. Slick Ranger, 15 seconds, The Village. I think the battle would have been even if Slick Ranger didn't have that vocal chop on top. Beat for beat, just beat for beat, it would have been pretty much kind of even. But because he had that extra vocal chop on top, that just kind of sealed the deal. That kind of was the extra sauce to kind of solidify that. So Slick Ranger, you getting the first one. Yeah. You know, as I said, nothing to take away from Jet Runner's beat. The beat was dope. And if it was just beat for beat, it was pretty much matched up pretty well. But that extra vocal sample on top of it was just like, that took it over the top. So second beat, Jet Runner, VA Zone. Beat is called Passion. 60 seconds. Let's do it.
Hey Jet, what's good?
To my ears, very melodic. That takes you on a zone. You just kind of zone out to that vibe. I like the strings and all that. Very dope. That was Jet Runner. This is Slick Ranger. That was the VA representative. This is the NYC representative. Queens, Southside to the Bridge to Corona, LaFrac, all of that. This beat is called Little Haiti. 60 seconds. Let's do it. This is a tight matchup. These guys are a tight matchup. This is a tight matchup. We're gonna do the 15 second. As I said, tonight you guys are gonna be just killing me with the 15 second because producers are coming with it. They on their A game, and a lot of beats are evenly. The producers are just evenly matched up. Very dope. So let's give Jet Runner 15 second snippet. Passion. 15 seconds with Jet Runner. We're going to get 15 seconds from Slick Ranger and figure this round out. we're going to go to a round 3 on this one. By the slight hair, I'm giving it to J Runner a little bit. Ride it a little bit better to me. It felt a little bit better. Not by a lot, but by a little bit. I think Jet Runner got that one. Although Slick Ranger's beat was dope, that guitar, I think it's a guitar lick was nice. I like that. But slightly riding with Jet Runner on this one. You know what I mean? So we're gonna go to a round 3. Slick Ranger got the first one clean. Jet Runner getting the second one. We're gonna go to a round 3 and see who really, 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 really wants the bag tonight. All right. So Jet Runner, third beat. Beat is called Rise. 60 seconds. Let's do it.
Jet Runner. Now just picture your favorite rapper on that. It's a problem. Slick Ranger, let's see what you got to say in response to that. See what the 40 projects and all that's coming with tonight. Queens, get the money. This beat is called McLaren. 60 seconds. Slick Ranger, let's do it.
Hey, Woods, let's go. Let's go.
This is a tight matchup. We definitely need the 15 seconds for this one. Yeah, there's no way around it. Jet Runner, you going first. Rise, once again, 15 seconds. Let's get it. Very heavy, Jet Runner. Very heavy. Slick Ranger. 15 seconds. McLaren. Let's do it.
Hey, Woods, let's go.
This one is a very tough one. My gut
It's hard to say. It's hard to say, but my gut is slightly going with Ranger on this one. Slightly. I almost want to do another 15-second because that it's hard. That's a very, very dope matchup. Jet Runners is very clean, very close, very dope. Slick Ranger, very clean, very dope. I'm gonna give it to Ranger with the slightest thread of hair that I could possibly find. Like it's a tie without being a tie. But because one producer has to move forward, as dope as Jet Runners is, as dope as Slick Rangers is, it's pretty much even keel. But just some elements, just how it was glued together, slight, advantage, how the flute came in and whatnot, things like that, little subtleties that just gives Slick Ranger a little edge, but not by much. You know what I mean? So Jet Runner, you up there, you dope, you crazy, you always represent VA properly. But salute to Jet Runner, always doing his thing, coming through. And as I said, to me, it's almost like a tie. But when you really have to nitpick to see who actually gets this, then a slight advantage to Slick Ranger, just by some of the elements that just kind of stood out in the mix and everything like that. So Slick Ranger, you're moving on to the top 8. But there's always the next week. There's always next week. And it's not as I said, there's always next week. So you guys can more than welcome to do a rematch, because you guys are really both up there. So it'd be nice to see you guys go at it again. All right. So with that being said, salute to both producers. Queens holding it down, VA holding it down. With that being said, we got some more VA in the building. The Man with Many Styles and Midnight Special. So we got some more VA and we got some more Cali. All right. The Man with Many Styles, you going first, which means Midnight Special, you going second. The Man with Many Styles, first beat is called Kanye, We All Have Angels. Say no more. Let's do it.
I've learned so many styles, forgive me.
I like it a lot. The Man with Many Styles. The beat was called Kanye, We All Have Angels. I like that. The Man with Many Styles showing up and showing out. Midnight Special, you up next. Cali representative. Let's see what you got. This beat is called Coolin'. 60 seconds. Let's do it. It's funny how producers just randomly matched up and the vibe just kind of is on the same kind of tip, kind of, sort of. That was a nice beat. It was really mellow and appropriately titled. It was called Coolin', and that's the kind of sound you think of when you coolin', something mellow, relaxed.
The Man with Many Styles got this first round because that beat was kind of, it won. You know what I mean? That first beat got it. But the beat was still dope from Midnight Special. It was a good response. Just not as heavy as what the Man with Many Styles was coming with. You know what I mean? So it happens in a battle where your beat is nice, but the other producer's beat is just a little bit too much, So first round goes to the Man with Many Styles. Let's see what the second round has in store. The second beat is called Jay-Z, Wall Street is Watching. I just like to play the Man with Many Styles because he got these crazy ass beat titles. That's other than the beat, that's the secondary highlight, is to hear what kind of name he's gonna give the beat. Griselda, the Man with Many Styles goes to heaven, or Nas beats up Jay-Z in a battle. Like, always some kind of crazy title. So salute to the Man with Many Styles. That's another element of production, is the creativity. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Jay-Z, Wall Street is Watching. Let's do it. That's right. Use that tag. Use that tag and claim it. It's yours. The Man with Many Styles. I like that sample. I can't think of the artist or the song off the top, but I know the song. I know the sample. Midnight Special. Let's see what you got to say in response. This beat is called Wine Lounge. So he was cooling on the first one. Now he's lounging with wine. The Wine Lounge. Let's do it. Cali. Let's get it. Producers were both in the same exact mood and vibe when they were making their beats for the battle. They were in the exact same mood, watching the same things on TV, getting inspired by the same things, and submitted beats that sound totally on the same vibe. So we're going to go to a round 3 with this one. I'm going to give this one to Midnight Special. He showed improve. He stepped up to the plate and, had that vibe. Something for the ladies, Skin so dark is feeling the vibe, all right? So something for the ladies. Let's go to a round 3. The Man with Many Styles, you get in the first round. Midnight Special, you get in the second round. You guys are very evenly matched up with your styles. But the Man with Many Style, who got many style, let's see what he got for the third beat. This beat is called Inside Super Metroid Prime. Yeah, Inside Super Metroid Prime. Let's do it. Virtual reality.
Give me more bass. Launching.
Let so many stars forgive me.
Download sequence started.
right, that was the man with many styles, always pulling out a different chamber out of the hat, out of the clip. Midnight Special, third beat. Let's see what you got. This beat is called Smooth 2021. Let's do it. All right, we're going to do a 15-second snippet to determine the fate of this round. These guys went smooth the whole first round for them is on the smooth tip. Nothing wrong with that, just different. All right, so 15-second snippet of the man with many styles, third beat.
Give me more bass. Download sequence started.
All right, that was the man with many styles, mixing a whole lot of stuff together. Midnight Special, once again, third beat. All right, this situation came up last battle when it was a certain vibe. Anyway, this is this week. This is this battle. So with the transitions and everything, adding all the elements, I think the man with many styles was a little bit more creative on that in that respect, with combining a lot of things and kind of having a mashup of different sounds and elements and things like that. But the vibe, the waviness, the overall smooth factor, which is what both producers seem to be going for, I think it rides a little bit more with Midnight Special. Neither one is really going hard for the juggler as far as battle was concerned. It's more like a creativity and showing the smooth side, the melodic side. So in that lane, I think Midnight was riding a little better in that direction that they were both going it down, because they were both going for the smooth tip for all three beats. It wasn't like one was smooth, the other one was this, the other one was that. They were all basically smooth across the board. But a slight advantage to Midnight Special, just on the fact, it sounded a little bit more together. The man with many styles was mixing a lot of stuff, showing a lot of different creativity, which is good. That's dope, the transitions and whatnot. But I think the overall vibe of Midnight Special just sat a little bit better for me. So I'm going to go with Midnight Special on this one. But I like the fact that the man with many styles keeps challenging himself, keeps, mixing it up, the transitions, throwing in a lot of different elements, having like the little transformer thing in there. All of that is dope. It all adds to the flavor of it. But the vibe of Midnight Special was a little bigger. It was a bigger vibe, a bigger sound. And that's kind of why I'm rocking with that. Doesn't always happen that way. Sometimes it's different. As I said, last week was kind of similar to that, and I went a different way. But, just matching these two up with the beat, that's what I heard. So for me, I'm going with Midnight Special on this one. But, the man with many styles is dope, and keep doing that and keep that tag. keep that tag, that martial art tag. I think that's dope to incorporate because that's your style. You like to mix a lot of stuff up, so use that tag. All right, so Midnight Special, Cali, you're going to go to the top 8 tonight. Another newbie on the platform. So doesn't mean because you're new you're going to win. Doesn't mean because you're a veteran you're going to win. It could go either way. It's a battle. Anything can happen. But salute to both producers, the Man with Many Styles and Midnight Special. And with that being said, we got Faker Winnie. I think it's how you pronounce it. Faker Winnie versus Dexo Beats. Both new producers on the platform. Faker Winnie coming from Portugal. Dexo Beats from Texas. So, Faker Winnie. First beat is called Fraud, actually. Fraud. 60 seconds. Let's do it. Faker Winnie from Portugal, first beat. Let's get to Dexo Beats, first beat. Representing Texas. This beat is called Protest, 60 seconds. Let's do it. Right, so that was Faker Winnie and Dexo Beats. I'm going with Dexo Beats on this first one. I think it just sounded better, you know, just plain and simple. It just sounded better. It was glued together better, you know, and it came across better. So the mix was better and whatnot. So Dexo Beats getting the first one, but I'm gonna go to the second beat from Faker Winnie. This beat is called Risk, 60 seconds, Portugal. Let's do it.
OCC got that heat.
That beat a lot better than I like the first beat from Faker Winnie. So I like that. Portugal. Dexo Beats, let's see what you got to say in response to that. Texas. This beat is called Prevail, 60 seconds. Let's do it. All right, so that was a response from Dexo Beats. Decent response. I think Faker Winnie got a little advantage on this one. So we're gonna go to a round 3. Dexo, you got the first one clean. Second one, not as a clean definitive win. So we're gonna go with Faker Winnie for the second one. But let's go to a round 3 to see who gets the definitive win. Faker is going first. This beat is called Spirits. 60 seconds. Let's get it. That was a third beat from Faker Winnie. I'm glad we went to a third round to really hear what both producers had in the deck for the third beat. Dexo Beats, let's see what you got. This beat is called Bold. 60 seconds. Let's do it. Going back to the smooth. This is like the Man with Many Styles and Midnight Special. They're going for the smooth tip for the third beat. I'm going to do a quick 15-second snippet of each. Then we're going to determine who's going to the top 8. Faker Winnie, 15 seconds. Beat was called Spirits. So that was Faker Winnie. Let's get to Dexo Beats. This one could really go either way. Neither one had the definitive knockout punch for the third round. It could really go either way. A slight advantage. Slight advantage on Dexo's side, but not really that much. It really could go either way. Like if both producers could get through, push both producers through, because they both kind of were on the same tip. Neither one was like the knockout punch for the third. Like if you go into a best of three, that third one should be a knockout punch because that could make or break it. And neither one of them really had the knockout punch for the round. But a slight advantage, just kind of how it rided with Dexo Beats. But again, it's very even keel. It could have went to Faker Winnie, could have went to Dexo Beats. They pretty much were on the same vibe, same wavelength. Similar to the Man with Many Styles and Midnight Special. You know, they're kind of similar energy, similar vibe. But Dexo, okay, we'll see you in the top 8. And Faker Winnie, you know, we'll see you in the next battle next week, the week after. Portugal representative doing your thing. Dexo Beats, the Texas representative. Just know, producers, in the third beat, you definitely want to make a definitive knockout punch. Something, you know what I mean? Because if you get to the best of 3, it is what it is. You know, you just want to have that third beat to get you over the hump. All right, let's keep it moving. We got See the Freak versus Oisuki. Salute to Oisuki for the subscription. Anybody else that want to support the channel, you already know you can subscribe up above, sub for a month, 3 months, whatever the deal is. But we appreciate any subscriptions you want to offer to the channel. All right, so salute to Oisuki, and now it's your turn to show and prove. So See the Freak, Oisuki. See the Freak, you going first. This beat is called This Ain't Regular. 60 seconds, Connecticut's own. Let's go. That was See the Freak coming with it. First beat, first round, giving the TKO. Trying to give the TKO right out the gate. But first we got to hear what Oisuki got to say in response to that. So, Oisuki representing Colorado. This beat is called Back. Like cooked cracked. Nah, just back. All right, let's do it. 60 seconds, Oisuki. All right. That was a nice response. A decent response. I'm gonna do a 15-second. I think I'm riding with See the Freak on this one, but I'm gonna give a 15-second snippet. Maybe you'll change my mind. All right. So See the Freak, 15 seconds. This ain't regular. Let's do it. right, that was See the Freak. Suki, let's see what you got to say in response to that. 15 seconds. All right. That was actually close. The lead up was long. The beat didn't drop till 40 seconds in. But when it dropped, it was dope. It lived up to it. It didn't just lead you up and drop the ball on you, which some producers have done in the past. It's pretty close. You know, the chops and everything in Suki was nice. The bass and how everything was glued together on See the Freak was also nice. It was kind of an even matchup. But luckily, this is best of 3, so we have 1 or 2 more rounds left. Let's see. A little bit for me on See the Freak. A little bit, just the bass. Although Suki had a lot of the transitions and the chops and the stabs, which was really dope, but the bass, the drum and bass is a big thing in any beat, any battle. You know, that's just, no matter what is on top of that, the drums and the bass have to be both hitting. And the bass on See the Freaks was hitting a little harder for me. And that's kind of the thing that kind of solidified the deal for me. Just the bass, how the bass was, how it was riding. So a slight advantage to See the Freak on this one. But again, it's best of 3, so anything can happen second and third. Let's get to it. See the Freak, second beat. 60 seconds, called Lemon and Lime. Let's do it.
See the freak on the beat. See the freak on the beat. See the freak on the beat.
Did Matumi justice. I like that sample. Everybody likes that sample. That's a universal sample. Salute to Matumi for that original. Very dope. I like how we flipped it. It's hard to like diss any beat that uses that sample, because it's just the sample alone just carries weight, you know. So salute to See the Freak on that one. Suki. Let's see what you got to say in response to that. Maybe you got a Tupac sample to challenge that sample. Anyway, let's do it. This beat is called Cardi B. Let's get it.
Where did that name come from?
My name come from, you know what? My sister name is Hennessy. You know what I'm saying? My sister name is Hennessy, right? So everybody used to call me Bacardi. So I always call myself Bacardi, right? And then it was my Instagram name, like Bacardi B. But for some reason, my Instagram keep getting deleted, and I think it was Bacardi that had something to do with it. So I just shortened it to Cardi B.
So Cardi B is the jam, and I love that. Well, now it was on your name now, pal.
Yeah.
You are from the Bronx?
Short beats. Just when I'm getting into the groove, settling in, it cuts off. Maybe because the intro was so long. Uisuki, be careful with the long intros. You got 60 seconds to work with. You really don't want your intro being more than like 10, 15 seconds before the drop. 20 seconds, the longest, because you want to give time for the build up. You want to give time for the people to absorb the beat, to hear it. Like, I turned my head and the beat was over. It's like, damn, if I heard like 20 more seconds of it just to get more into the feel of it, because you could add a lot more layers after the 4, after the 8, as the beat settles in. But it's just as I'm getting warmed up to the beat's over. So just keep that in mind. Not the super long intro. We used to have that all the time on the live stage, on the live battles. Producers would come on stage and have this long intro and leave like 10 seconds for the beat. And it's like, bro, the 10 seconds was dope, but if we had heard it for like 40 seconds, it probably would have had a different response. But that 10 seconds just wasn't enough to grab people. So keep that in mind. I'm rocking with See the Freak on this one. But, I heard a lot of the creativity, a lot of the elements that you're coming with. But again, just keep the intro short, 10 to 15 seconds. If it's funny, if it's cute, whatever it is, cool. But get to the beat. We want to hear at least 40, 45 seconds of just beat. Hear your creativity, hear how you chop things up and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? So, yeah, just work on the intros not being so long. I understand you're kind of setting it up. It has a meaning behind it. I get it. The Cardi thing, I get it. But, again, that could have been done in 10 to 15 seconds and then just get to the beat. All right? So, See the Freak, you go into the top 8. But Uisuki, now you know better, you do better. So next time we expect a beat just as dope, creativity and all that, but just keep the intros a little shorter. All right. So with that being said, we got 2 more matches before we get to the cutthroat. We got Lincoln or Crux and No Swagger filling in for Wody, since Wody couldn't get through power outage in South Africa, certain parts of South Africa. So Lincoln, you're going first. No stranger to the platform, so let's get to it. Lincoln the Crux, first beat, 60 seconds. Let's do it. Drums, man, those drums, dirty. I like that. Those drums just beat you over the head. Yeah, all right. No Swagger. Let's see what you got to say in response to that. 60 seconds, representing Wisconsin. This beat is called Cool Boy. 60 seconds, let's do it. Once again, the case of the long intro. we were literally a minute in when the bass hit. The beat is 60 seconds, and the bass kicked in at 60 seconds. So, word to the wise, the arrangement game has to be stepped up if you're going to get through the first round. Not to harp on it, but, just be mindful. You got 60 seconds. Just imagine if you were submitting a beat to, I don't know, Kendrick, J. Cole, Nas, Drake, whoever, and they told you they want to hear your dopest beat in 60 seconds. You can't kill them with a long introduction. You got to get to the meat and potatoes in like the first 15 seconds, or else on to the next one. So understand you're working with 60 seconds, and you just try to get as much as you can in that 60 seconds, So be mindful of your whole arrangement game. Anyway, Lincoln got the first round. Let's get to the second beat. 60 seconds, Botswana. Let's do it.
Will ride you to hell until you are dead.
That's what you call an execution. That was the King Heroin flip, James Brown. King Heron flip, James Brown. That's just execution at its finest. So, hey, what can I say? No Swagger, Wisconsin. Let's see what you got to say in response to that. 60 seconds, beat is called Ballin'. Let's do it. Is a riding beat. Like, it was, the vibe is good, the energy is good. It's definitely not enough to do damage in a battle necessarily, at least not against a beat like what Lincoln dropped. It could do damage in a battle, but not against a beat like what Lincoln dropped. When you have the samples flipped properly, execution is right, drums is right, everything is just hitting right. Shout out to No Swagger, Wisconsin, doing your thing. You were just up against some mighty difficult competition tonight. So study the battle, understand the game, understand the terrain, know what you're up against, and come back again next week and do it up. All right? So that being said, Lincoln, Crux is going on to the top 8, Cutthroat. And now we are down to the final matchup before we get straight to Cutthroat mode. So Kid Marvel versus Chappie. North Carolina versus Toronto. Kid Marvel, you going first. 60 seconds. This beat is called Church in the Nebulas. Church in the Nebulas. Some cosmic galaxy type of stuff. So let's get to it. Church in the Nebulas, Kid Marvel, North Carolina. Let's do it. That was Kid Marvel representing North Carolina. I like the drums. I love the drums. I like that. I like that. I like it. Chappie, let's see what you got to say. The only representation from Canada today, from Toronto, is Chappie. This beat is called Nautilus. 60 seconds. Let's do it. I like how the bass and everything was moving on Chappie's. I like the bass, but I love the drums on Kid Marvel. So if I had to match the drums versus the bass and how Chappie's was riding, I have to lean a little bit on Kid Marvel's side. I think if the drums were knocking a little bit harder on Chappie's side, he might have sealed the deal on that one. If the drums were knocking a little different, but the drums on Marvel's was just like slapping. That was just like, you know what I mean, on one. So I got to give the first one to Kid Marvel. But it's not over. We're going to see what Chappie got in store for the second beat. But the beat was cool. The bass, I like the bass, how it was moving. It's just I needed an extra spike to the punch. And I think the drums, if it was hitting a little bit harder on Chappie, he might have got that one. But we're going to go with Kid Marvel on the first one. It's not over yet. Second beat, Kid Marvel. This one is called Whirls. 60 seconds, North Carolina. Let's get it. That's a dope-ass melody. It took a while for me to actually get it. But that was a dope-ass melody. Chappie, let's see what you got to say in response to that. This beat is called Your Purpose. Your Purpose as a producer. Let's get to it. Chappie, Toronto. Let's do it. I'm kind of riding with Marvel on this one. I like what Chappie brought to the table for the second beat. So based on that, the energy, the vibe, the little vocal, stabs in here and there, vocal chops here and there. It was heavy. It's deserving of a round 3. This is the final matchup before we get to Cutthroat. So we're going to give this one to Chappie. We're going to do a best of 3. And we're going to see who really, really, really wants to get the bag tonight. Although Kid Marvel's second beat was bananas. But Chappie had a decent response to it. So let's go to a round 3 to see who's really going to bring the coffin out for this third beat. All right, so Kid Marvel, third beat. This beat is called Church in the Safari. So let's do it. He did Church in the Nebulas, which was crazy. Now we're going to do Church in the Safari. Everything was dope so far, so let's get to it. That was the third beat from Kid Marvel. Very dope. Both producers are dope. I wouldn't say different age groups, but they're in totally different directions. Different directions with their production, which is cool. That's what hip hop is, variety. So Chappie, let's see what you got to say for your third beat, which is called Tomorrow. First beat was Nachala. Second beat was Your Purpose, and third is Tomorrow. Kind of has a string together with all the names of the beats. So Chappie, third beat, Toronto. Let's do it. All right, so I think you need to practice a little bit more. I know Chappie, I believe you're young. From what I was told. So I think you need to just work on the arrangement game a little bit. Just work on your arrangement game. I hear the direction that you're going with your production. But I think you just need to practice a little bit more on the arrangement, putting things together, taking your time with it, and putting it together, in particular for battle mode. It's one thing to make a beat for an artist or for a song, but when you're in battle mode, take a little bit more time. Be a little bit more meticulous with your arrangement, how you arrange things, where you want to emphasize at certain points of the beat. Your transition was good. You did a whole transition at the midpoint, but you could have did, some other things, transitions that are not so obvious. Like we knew a transition was coming, how you just slowed it down and then started back up. But when you just do a transition that no one was expecting in a battle, that just emphasizes everything 10 times more. It's more polarized when you do that. That's just like, whoa, you just caught somebody totally off guard with a transition they were not expecting, and it just slaps them. Beats right, the bass is right, the drums is right, So when you're doing transitions, just keep that in mind. It's not just to do a transition for the sake of a transition, but you want to do it where you surprise somebody like, oh shit, I was not expecting that. That's what you want to do in a battle. So just practice your arrangement game, study what other producers are doing, study some of the producers you've heard tonight, who've done transitions, who've done different things, experiment with different sounds and whatnot, and just keep at it. You know what I mean? But it's your first time on the platform. So just study what the competition is like and then come back next week and do it up, or come back the week after that and do it up. All right. So Kid Marvel, we go into the top 8 with Kid Marvel on this one. But Chappie, as I said, nothing wrong with your beats. Just work on the arrangement game and work on the execution a little bit more. And, if you're going to do those transitions, just do them not so obvious. Hit people with the element of surprise, for battle purposes. Song is different, but for battle purposes, transitions should be kind of like, give them something they were not expecting at a certain point. All right. So with that being said, we're now in the top 8. Salute to all the producers so far. We got JL Beats, we got Kalo, we got Slick Ranger, we got Midnight Special, we got Dexo Beats, we got Cedar Freak, we got Lincoln the Crux, and we got Kid Marvel. It's gonna be a top 8, a dope top 8, and it's one beat apiece. So we'll see we'll see whoever at the top 2. But salute to all the producers who made it, who were in the battle tonight. A lot of first timers, first time on the platform. We got 4 first-time producers in the top 8. So 4 producers are in the top 8 that never battled before on the platform. 4 of them, and they're in the top 8 tonight. So salute to all those producers that did that. Usually it's a difficult fight to get to the second round when you're first time on the platform and you've never tested out the terrain. But, salute to the 4 producers that made it to the second round and it's their first time on the platform. We're going to jump right into it. JL Beats versus Kalo. Pennsylvania, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, going against South Africa. JL Beats representing Pennsylvania, Kalo representing South Africa. JL Beats, first beat of this round, only beat of this round, is called Crazy Trap Beat. Let's do it. 45 seconds, just like a gun. I wanted to hear the whole 60, but sometimes it's short and sweet. So, JL Beats, 45 seconds of fire, called Crazy Trap Beat. All right, so let's get into Kalo's beat. This beat is called Testimony, 60 seconds. Let's do it. Wow. This is I heard that sample. Lincoln flipped that sample many moons back. But that was a dope stab at that same sample. Very churchy. We're going to have to do a 15-second on this one because this one is an interesting one. Yeah, let's do a 15-second on this one and see who's going to the top 4. JL Beats, let's get your 15 seconds. Beat was called Crazy Trap Beat. All right, so that was JL, Fire. Kalo. Let's do it once again. Testimony. That beat was hard. There's nothing to take away from it. The beat was hard. The sample was dope. He did a good job with it. But for some reason, JL's was a little heavier. JL's was a little heavier, even though it was short. It was a little heavier, and then the transition was dope. Energy wise, kind of like, high spirited, I guess you might call it. It's close though. Kalo, South Africa, did your thing. Definitely did your thing. But I think JL's was a little bit above, a cut above, a notch above. So we're gonna rock with JL beats on this one. We will see JL in the top 4. But Kalo, I would definitely love to have heard what you had for the finals. So hopefully you jump back on the platform. So any beats that didn't get played today, we can get played at the next battle, because I'd love to hear what else you had in the deck, Dope beats, though. First time on the platform, South Africa, dope beats. I like what you had. But yeah, JL beats, we're going to give it to you for this one, because I like what you did with that. All right. Up next, we got Slick Ranger and Midnight Special. Slick Ranger, our Queens representative, going first. This beat is called ESTG Mean. All right, let's do it. Slick Ranger. I like that. I like that vibe. I like that. Midnight Special. Let's see what you got to say in response to that. This beat is called Give Me a Minute. We're going to give you exactly just that, a minute. 60 seconds, Midnight Special. Let's do it. Cali. Midnight special, midnight special, midnight special. Salute to Cali. The beat was decent, but it was not enough to knock out Slick Ranger in this particular round. Slick Ranger just had a little bit more lethal beat for this round. Kind of smooth, like Midnight's beat was kind of smooth, mellow, very Cali. The beats I've heard all night from Midnight were very Cali, very laid back, very chill. But in battle mode, you got to come a little bit more aggressive with it. So yeah, Slick Ranger, we going to the top 4. Queens is going to the top 4, getting closer to the bag. Queens get the money, you know how they do. All right, and with that being said, we got 2 more matchups before we get to the top 4. We got Dexo Beats versus See the Freak up next. Dexo Beats, this beat is called Face It, 60 seconds. Let's do it. Survive. Dexo Beats, Texas, representing Texas. Let's see what See the Freak has to say in response to that. 60 seconds. This beat is called Graves. 60 seconds. Let's do it.
See the freak on the beat.
As I said, you can recycle beats. If the beat is dope, you can play it again. See the Freak, we're gonna see you in the top 4. Dexo Beat, the beat, nothing wrong with the beat. The beat was nice. It was dope. It was mellow, but that's not to take away points from you. The beat was still dope. It sat well, but See the Freak's beat was a little bit over the top. You know, the execution was just a little harder, battle wise. And that would probably mess people up in a live setting. That's a part of it too that I don't often mention, but it is a part of my calculation of a beat. How would this rate if it was on a live stage? You know, that's a part of my wiring, because 15 years it's always been live on the stage. So even though we're doing it online right now for the time being, I'm still wired to see how would this beat carry over if it was in front of a live audience. You know, so that's a little bit also of how I evaluate some of these beats. So with that being said, See the Freak, you was going on down the yellow brick road to the top 4. But Dexo Beats, very dope. I like what you had. It was mellow, but again, mellow doesn't mean you can't win. You can still win with mellow, but you know, you just wanted a little bit more cutting edge when it gets to the top, you know, top 4, top 8, and also think of yourself. if you've watched some of our past battles on stage, just think about if you were playing that beat on a live stage in front of a Just Blaze or Heat Makers or T Minus, Wonder Girl, whoever, Boy Wonder, you know, Southside, how that might carry over on stage in front of them live, you know. That's a factor in a beat battle, even though it's virtual and it's online, but it's still, it's kind of mirroring what we would do on stage in a live setting. So salute to both producers. Salute to Dexo Beats, first time on the platform, and getting to the second round is a feat in of itself because a lot of people don't do that the first time on the platform. So of the 8 producers, 4 of you guys made it to the second round, first time on the platform. So that in itself is deserving of a salute. All right. So salute to Texas. We're getting down to the last 2 producers before we wrap up. Who's going to be in the top 4 tonight? So far, we got JL Beats, Slick Ranger, and Cedar Freak in the top 4. We got one more spot, and we're going to find out after this. Lincoln the Crux versus Kid Marvel. It's going to be an interesting round. Lincoln the Crux, you going first. 60 seconds. Let's do it. That was Lincoln the Crux representing Botswana. I already know. Kid Marvel, you up next, representing North Carolina. 60 seconds. Let's do it. This beat is called Bulbs, like light bulb. Bulbs. That was Kid Marvel. I think I'm riding with Lincoln on this one, but I want to hear 15 seconds of that again. I just want to replay that moment in my mind once again. Just a quick 15-second snippet, and then we'll get down to the top 4. Lincoln the Crux once again. 15 seconds. Let's do it. All right, 15 seconds from Lincoln. We're going to get to 15 seconds from Kid Marvel. Okay, so there you have it.
The top 4 producers are going to be JL Beats, Slick Ranger, Cedar Freak, and I think Lincoln got that one. Kid Marvel's beat was dope. It wasn't hard enough, to topple Lincoln's beat. Lincoln's beat just had like the execution, the transitions. It was just too much. But Kid Marvel's beat was decent. The filtering game was on point. The melody, the vibe of it was cool. But yeah, it wasn't knocking enough to take out Lincoln's beat. So salute to Kid Marvel, North Carolina. Always comes through. The drums on the first round were crazy. I really, really love the drum game you had on the first round altogether. The whole 1, 2, 3 was dope. But yeah, Lincoln and Crux got this one. So Lincoln will be moving on to the top 4. So once again, JL Beats, Slick Ranger, Cedar Freak, and Lincoln. And let's jump right into it. JL Beats and Slick Ranger. First up, once again, it's Cutthroat. So 1 beat. And this beat is called Miami Lights. Those are lights I haven't seen in a while. Almost 2 years since I've been to Miami. Hopefully I'll get back one of these days. But Miami Lights, JL Beats, 60 seconds. Let's do it. Dope beat, JL Beats, very, very dope beat. We're going to get to Slick Ranger. Shout out to T-Jam, twostickscorp.com. Dropped the 4th album. Any producers dropping your albums, let us know. We're gonna definitely give you some light, some promo. But yeah, so that was JL Beats, Slick Ranger. Let's see what you got up next. This beat is called Know My Body, 60 seconds. Let's get it.
Turning me on, baby. Yes, you do. Yes, you really do. Is it good to you? You think you're slick?
Gotta do a 15-second on this one. I like both beats. They were hitting me for different reasons. The vocals in Slick Ranger, obviously that was just dope. And then JL's vibe was dope. So I gotta do 15 seconds on this one. One of these two is going to the finals, so we gotta make sure we get the right beat through. Miami Lights, once again, 15 seconds. Let's get it. Dope. Very, very dope. JL Beats. Slick Ranger. Let's see what Queens has to say once again. 15 seconds.
This one's tough. I'm going to make a determination, but first let me hear in the chat what you guys think about this one. Let me hear in the chat what you guys think about this round before I give you my 2 cents. You heard JL Beats, you heard Slick Ranger. What y'all feel about those 2 beats you just heard? Okay, I'm going to do this snippet once again. I'm going to try to pick a different part of the song, just a 15-second snippet. We down to the wire. After this, we going straight into the finals pretty much after one more round, so we got a few minutes to play around. JL Beats, once again, 15 seconds. All right, that was JL Beats. This is Slick Ranger. Sample. It's the sample that was making people rock with Slick Ranger. Now, I'm not going to deconstruct the beat because the beat is what it is. It would be totally different if that sample wasn't in there. But the sample is in there. It's a part of the beat. It's a part where he composed. It's a dope beat. I think, and I agree with what people in the chat was saying, battle-wise, I think JL got it. Battle-wise. But you know, if you were chilling and you're just driving down the highway, whatever, and you just want to vibe, then you'd probably be listening to Slick Ranger's beat, you know, something to cruise to. But battle-wise, JL Beats got this one. I agree with the chat. I was thinking the same thing, and you guys just basically echoed my thoughts. So, let me see. Just Slick Ranger says, I didn't know it was one beat for this round too, but best believe. Okay, yeah, so it's your first time on the platform. The first round is always best of 3. The second beat is 1 beat, cutthroat. The third round is 1 beat, cutthroat. And then the finals, we go back to best of 3. So exactly as you submitted the beats, you had to slot them in based on the round. So second and third beat is just 1 beat a piece. So if you didn't know that Slick Ranger, you know it now. So next week you jump back and you can do the thing once again. Now that you know the terrain. First of all, salute to you. Like you made it to the third round. First time on the platform and you win the third round. You were 1 step away from getting into the finals tonight. And it's your first time on the platform. So regardless if you knew the rules or didn't know the rules, you definitely did your thing tonight. So salute to Slick Ranger. Salute to Queens. Everybody, LaFrac, The Bridge, 40 Projects, Guy Brewer, all of that, you know. Salute to Queens, Corona, all of that, Ozone Park, all of that. All right, so with that being said, we're going to get to the final matchup before we get to the finals. So JL Beats is going to the finals tonight. Now let's find out who he's going to battle in the finals. So See the Freak, Link in the Crux. See the Freak, you going first. This beat is called Trolley Gang. 60 seconds. Let's do it.
See the freaks on the beat.
That is Wu-Tang all over it. Like Meth going off on that, Raekwon going off on that, Inspector Deck going off on that, Ghostface going off on that. Oh man. Capadonna going off on that. All of them. Jizza, all of them. You know, that's a dope beat. That's a dope vibe. For some people, I know it's that kind of sound is a little bit before your time. You know, some people are not into that kind of flavor. They're just into the newer sounds. It's cool. Whatever floats your boat. You know, whatever. But you know, definitely a place for that kind of vibe, that kind of energy. So salute to See the Freak on that one. I like it. It just threw me back to like Wu-Tang kind of. I mean, a modern day rapper can also get busy on that, but I'm just hearing Wu-Tang on that. It is what it is. Trolley Gang, See the Freak, Connecticut. Lincoln, let's see what you got to say in response to that. 60 seconds. Let's get it. Okay, I'm gonna give this. I'm leaning to Lincoln on this one, but I'm gonna give the fact we almost in the finals. I just gonna give respect to See the Freak on this one. So we're gonna do the 15-second out of respect for both producers. We're almost in the finals. We're gonna find out who's gonna rock with JL Beats in the finals tonight. So we're gonna play both of those beats a snippet each, cause See the Freak's beat was still heavy. Lincoln the Crux beat was heavy. So let's do a snippet of that once again. You know, because sometimes I change my mind after hearing a snippet. But it's 15 seconds, See the Freak. Trolley Gang. See the Freak. That was See the Freak. Let's get to Lincoln the Crux. Both are hitting. Give me some feedback in the chat. See the Freak, Lincoln the God. I kind of have my mind, but I want to hear y'all what you think. What you think about this round? See the Freak, Lincoln the Crux. Let me know in the chat which way you guys rock with this one. It's tough. It's tough.
It's tough. Both producers coming with it. They on their A game. See the Freak's on his A game. Lincoln's on his A game. Let's pick the beat from a different point. 15 seconds, once again, from a different perspective. And then we're going to wrap this up. JL Beats is getting restless. He wants to eat food. He don't care who it is. Bring him on. So let's not waste JL Beats' time too much longer. Let's get to it. Well, let's do a 15-second snippet of See the Freak and Lincoln once again before we wind this down.
See the freaks on the beat.
Nasty. See the Freak on the beat. Lincoln the Crux. Let's see this once again from a different spot. This is difficult. This one is tough. Lincoln's beat is crazy. Lincoln's beat is crazy. See the Freak's beat is crazy. And the chat is pretty much saying similar things to what I'm feeling. Like, it could go either way. You know, there's definitely some love on See the Freak side. There's definitely some love on Lincoln's side. Crazy. Who's going to the finals to take on JLB? See the Freak coming with it. Lincoln coming with it. Damn. This is tough. This one is tough. Every now and then a round will stump me. That's what the 15-second thing is about, to try to break that stumpness and, you know, get away from it and figure out, you know what, all right, let me reverse engineer and take away some points for whatever I could take away points from. This one is tough. See the Freak didn't have a lot of transitions or anything like that. It was pretty much a straightforward beat. It was on point. The drum was on point. The bass is on point. But everything was sounding solid. It was a solid beat. But Lincoln's it was multi-layered. That's the thing with Lincoln's. It had a lot of layers to it. The little vocal stabs here and there. The drums was crazy. The vocals was crazy. The vocals was probably the icing on the cake, just adding those vocals on top of it, giving you kind of like you're in a church kind of vibe, like that choir vibe. I like See the Freak's beat, but I think Lincoln is just a little bit over the edge. I like See the Freak's beat, but I think Lincoln's over the edge. So, Lincoln, we're going to have to see you in the finals again. As much as See the Freak's beat was very, very dope, there's just a little bit too much layers, and the energy in Lincoln's beat, the vocals, you know, the overall vibe was just a little bit, you know, mixed very well. It was a little bit too much. So, yeah, Lincoln the Crux, we're going to see you in the finals. See the Freak, very, very dope. Nothing to take away from See the Freak's beat. It is what it is. It was what it was. Very dope beat, top to bottom. But Lincoln's beat was just a little bit too much. Just a little bit, the layers was just a little bit, everything was there. The execution was just perfect.
Now, mind you, it is a beat that he's played, if not last year, then earlier in this year. It was played a while back. But still, nevertheless, you know, you can play a beat twice. See the Freak play the beat twice, and it won for him. You know, Lincoln played the beat again, and it won for him. Last battle, First Out played the beat again, and it won for him. So you can play beats over and over. I just want to stress that. You don't got to be banging your head trying to create 8 new beats every week for the battle. No, you don't need to do that. You can maybe make 2, 3, or 4 beats new, and then take some beats from past battles. Maybe in past battles you didn't get to play all your 8 beats, so you still have 4 leftover beats that didn't get played. So bring those back with a couple new ones that you cooked up, put it together, and you got your 8-pack. You know, you don't got to bring 8 new beats because we already heard it. That doesn't matter if we already heard it. If it's dope, it's still dope. Tomorrow it's still going to be dope. Next week it's still going to be dope. Next month. So you can always play a beat again. You know, don't bang yourself out, stressing yourself out, trying to make 8 new beats. Not necessary. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, I heard some producers that could have probably just used 8 old beats and still done damage tonight. You know what I mean? It's dope beat. It's a dope beat. You don't have to always have the newest ish. And even stuff you hear on the radio, like you hear it for the first time and you think it's crazy, Blueberry Fargo or something like that. That beat could have been made 3 years ago and it's just sitting on somebody's hard drive until the artist wanted to jump on it. And now you hear it for the first time. But the beat was done years ago. And most beats are like that. The song was done years ago. It's just being released now because of label politics. But anyway, Lincoln and JL Beats, the finals tonight. Salute to all 16 producers tonight. We had a lot of first-time producers in the battle, which is dope. I think the majority of producers tonight were all first-timers, and 4 of them made it to the top 8. So salute to everybody. Aquarius, South Africa. Kalo, South Africa. Solo, Cali. Jet Runner from Virginia. Slick Ranger, Queens, New York. The Man with Many Styles, Virginia. Midnight Special, Cali. Faker Winnie, Portugal. Dexo Beats from Texas. Cedar Freak from Connecticut. Uwe Suki from Colorado, No Swagger from Wisconsin, Kid Marvel, North Carolina, and Chappie from Toronto. And now we are down to Pennsylvania versus Botswana. Best of 3. We going back to best of 3. JL Beats, you going first. 60 seconds. This first beat is called Drum Roll Please. So give him the drum roll. JL Beats, first beat. Let's do it. That beat reminded me back when it was live on the stage battles. Yeah. I know in the States, cities are open, venues are open, but up here it's still kind of messy. So we ain't really getting to do the live stuff just yet. Hopefully that's going to change over the next month or so, next few months. But yeah, that beat reminded me of when battles were live on the stage. JL Beats, first beat of the finals. Drum roll, please. Lincoln, let's see what you got to say in response to that. 60 seconds, Botswana. Let's do it.
People are going to be cloned just for their organs. You get old, then you grow a new guy out of yourself, and then just take your brain out and throw it in a new body.
We will ensure that our government never opens the door to the use of cloning or human.
Give me some.
Well, that was Earful. Give me some ganja. Shit. Well, JL's beat was hitting. It was definitely bringing me back to the live on stage. I think one of Lincoln's secret weapons is the layers. He just layers his beats with so much interesting elements. It keeps you on the edge of your seat, just trying to figure out what's gonna come next. What is around the corner? What transition is he gonna do? He's known for keeping you on your edge. He takes full control of 60 seconds and gives you a whole song in 60 seconds, which is the skill of a battle rapper, battle producer, battle rapper. That's one of the secret weapons of today's modern, producer battlers. It never used to be so much like that back in the day. It was basically you could just drop a dope loop, and that would kill it. 60 seconds of a dope loop, drum and bass, sick bass line, whatever, or a sample chop, and that would do it. But now you got to be very complex, layered, keep that element of surprise. I wouldn't say she's the first producer to do it, but Lucy Clubhouse kind of changed the frequency of what you had to do in a battle in the modern era. Ever since that battle 2018, that kind of changed the vibe of how battles went after she did it. So shout out to Lucy Clubhouse for kind of changing the whole algorithm of how you do battles, So Lincoln has kind of taken that torch and carried that tradition of just having multi-layered beats, and just, keeping you on the edge. You just never know what's coming next, and that does severe damage live on stage, because you got to think, like, people been standing up for like an hour, they've been drinking, they've been smoking, and then you just hit them with something they weren't expecting, or the left field, they just lose their mind. You know what I mean? So it's that element of surprise. So I say all of that to say, I think Lincoln got the first round. JL Beats was very dope. The beat was dope. I think Lincoln, just because of the layers of Lincoln's beat, just kind of, overshadowed it a bit, just because of the multi-layers and whatnot. Unknown too. Unknown is known for that too, So again, Lucy kind of started the wave. Unknown carried the tradition on, and everybody's kind of following suit after her lead and his lead and whatnot. So salute to all the producers that, whatever lane you could not do that and still win. You don't have to follow that model or that path and still do much damage. But that is one lane that definitely has kind of been the new wave. Just having multi-layered beats and keeping people on the edge of their seat. Not relying on a sample all the time, not relying on a loop, but just keeping it real creative and executing it and mixing it really well, so it's glued together very well. So with all that being said, Lincoln, we got you for the first round, but it's not over. We've seen many people come back from being one down and win, so anything is possible. Second last beat for the night, JL Beats. This beat is called Dark Night, 60 seconds. Let's do it. Dark Night, crazy. Yeah, crazy. It
I was just gonna go on a tangent, but let me just retract and stick to the script. Lincoln or Crux, let me see what you got for the second last beat of the night. 60 seconds. Botswana, let's do it. Yes, you definitely hear the Lucy effect as it sinks in. And honestly, although I've heard many people talk about it, it never really sunk in. It's like, okay, yeah, Lucy this, Lucy that. But it never really sunk in until recently when I'm really listening to what's going on, especially here on this platform. And it's like, yeah, a lot of it is, Wonder Girl set the world on fire. Some people give her credit for creating the whole drill sound in the UK. Maybe not. But there's a lot of people here and over there that give her credit. So, these producers come and just start a trend that impacts the whole planet. Boy Wonder, 10 years in the game, he's definitely made an impact across the planet. God's Plan and Energy, 0 to 100, Best I Ever Had. Boy Wonder's done that. T-Minus has done that. Wonder Girl has done that. Lucy's done that, So producers that come along that just change the whole algorithm. And, she's the most current person to do that on the platform, So salute to Lucy. Salute to producers that are doing their thing now. Both producers are dope. Both producers came with it. Lincoln's, again, that multi-layered, very, very dope. I think Dark Knight in a battle, I think it's a little... It might get a little edge just because of the vibe of that beat, JL beats. Although Lincoln's was very dope, I'm kind of picturing them on a stage, and I think Lincoln would have got a lot of love for that beat with the transitions and everything, but JL would have also got a lot of beat just because of the dark energy around that track. Sometimes just that vibe, just the lower key on the keyboard that gives it that just that lower key that just gives it that dark sound. So let's go to round 3 on this one. Lincoln, you got round 1. JL Beats, you got round 2. Let's see who got the definitive knockout punch for round 3. All right, so JL Beats, you going first. This beat is, I guess, a collab with The Lounge Inn and JL Beats, which is dope when producers on the platform meet each other for the first time, battle each other for the first, second, third time, and then they collaborate. So here you have a collab with Lounge Inn and JL Beats. Lounge Inn was supposed to be in this battle. His computer crashed before the battle happened. He couldn't get his beats over. So we had 2 producers today that were MIA because of things out of their control. Lounge Inn, his computer crashed. Wody, a power outage in the whole South Africa, so he couldn't submit beats. So things happen, life happens, And going back to what I said in the beginning, you live in Canada, you live in the US, you live in Europe, you have a lot of things you take for granted every day, like flicking a switch and the power goes on, or flicking a switch and the power goes off. It's a different reality when you just wake up or you go outside and there's no power. Period. You can't turn anything on. Just no power. You might have your cell phone and that's it. But that's the reality some parts of the world, in South Africa and different parts of Africa, different parts of the world have those kind of issues. So that's why we didn't have the Wody and Lincoln battle tonight, just because there's a power outage in certain parts of South Africa. And Lounge Inn, as I said, his laptop crashed, which all you producers are familiar with when that happens. Anyway, let's get into third beat, JL Beats, Lounge Inn collab. So Lounge Inn is actually still here in spirit. Let's do it. Nasty. I wonder who did what in that beat. Who did the drums? Who came up with the melody? Dope collaboration. Dope collaboration. If I was gonna take a guess, I would say Lounge came up with the melody. JL came up with the drums. I could be wrong. That's just my guess. I don't know. Maybe you could tell me in the chat what you thought. Let's get to Lincoln's final beat. 60 Seconds, Botswana, who also have some power outage issues, but not as bad as South Africa at the moment. So, Lincoln managed to get his beats in. But anyway, let's get to it.
I am the Lord.
Well. Here we are, folks, back in the finals. Final beats for the night. JL beats. Wow. Yeah, I think that was JL on the drums and Loungin on the melody. Could be wrong, but I think from what I know of both producers, that seems about right. Wow. Well, we're going to play both beats over. Not even the 15-second snippet. This is the finals, so we're just going to play the whole thing, top to bottom, both beats again. And then we're going to see who got the bag tonight. $200 cash is either going to Pennsylvania or going to Botswana. Hopefully it can get to Botswana and the power outage doesn't stop it from getting there. But let's get to both beats again. Both producers deserve it. They both made it to the finals. Both of them are winners. They both won the bag in the past. JL's won once or twice. Lincoln has won. I can't even count. But let's get back to it once again. JL beats, final beat, 60 seconds. Let's do it. Dope. All right. So you heard JL and Lounge. So I guess they're gonna have to split the bag if they win, since they both did it. Lincoln, final beat.
I am the Lord. It's not a game.
Give me some feedback in the chat. Who you got for the finals tonight? JL Beats and why? Lincoln or Crux and why? Give me some feedback in the chat before we wind this battle down tonight. Salute to all producers in the building, all the producers that did their thing tonight. Everybody did their thing. South Africa, Pennsylvania, Cali, VA, New York, Portugal, Texas, Connecticut, Colorado, Wisconsin, North Carolina, Toronto. Everybody did their thing. Give me a little feedback in the chat. What you thought? JL Beats, Lincoln or Crux, and then we're gonna pick the winner for tonight. Both producers, all producers did their thing. All producers did their thing. I might even do another 15 seconds just to solidify, because there's a win on both sides. There's a win on both sides for different reasons. So I think everybody has already said what they thought about the round. More rounds. It's tough. Yeah, it's most definitely a tough decision. Salute to the man with many styles. JL sounds a bit cleaner. JL's was dope, but Lincoln's drums and chops were sick. Crazy what JL's beefing with. Yeah. I'm feeling most times what you guys say is kind of mirroring what I'm already thinking. You know, like there's definitely some hard-ish to JL, JL and Lounge's beat. There's definitely some the feel of it, the texture of it was just hard. You know, it's like a battle beat. But then Lincoln's beat comes on and it's like, damn, that shit is multi-textured, layered. The chops are in there, the mix is in there. It's like Skin So Dark says Lincoln's beats fire with feeling. Layers upon layers. That's the secret sauce. The layers upon layers. Some producers do it, but it doesn't come across the same way. They don't execute it right, or they don't mix it right. You know, it's not just a matter of just taking a bunch of sounds and throwing them in together. You know, it's not about that. I know producers try that, and it just is. It's not quite cutting it. But Lincoln definitely has, you know, that execution game on point. But again, you can still win even if you don't do all the layers. You could have. It'll be a challenge to just have a loop. But if your loop is stupid crazy, you know, anything can happen in the battle. Let's do a 15-second snippet, and we're going to wrap this up. Salute to all the producers. Once again, we do this every Thursday now. We back to every week. So if you lost tonight and you feel you want to, you know, have your get back, you only got to wait 7 days, and we're going to do it up again. We already got Jet Runner and Slick Ranger said they want to do a rematch. So, you know, that's already in the books for next week. Anybody else tonight who feel, you know, they want to rematch with a specific producer, then just hit us up and let us know who that specific producer is, and we could set that up. 15-second snippet. JL Beats. Crazy.
It's not a
this is not a easy decision because both producers are really, really coming with it. Both producers are really coming with it. I think Lincoln's is there. It's what we come to expect of Lincoln. It's all there, all the layers. I think JL. I think the hardness of JL's. It wasn't as multi-layered as Lincoln's, but it was still a hard ass beat. And for that reason, we gonna slide on JL's side. Lincoln's was all that. Everything was there. There's nothing to take away. But you know what? Let me say this, and this has happened to some legends in the past. Boy Wonder is the first one that comes to mind. In his run, when he was killing shit, when he was the man in Toronto, there was a time in Toronto when Boy Wonder was more of a star than Drake was because nobody knew Drake. He was just an actor. They know him as an actor, but they didn't know him in hip hop. But on the streets, Boy Wonder was tearing shit up on the street level for his beats. But there came a point where he outdid himself, where people would come to the battle just to hear what Boy Wonder was gonna come with next, and he reached a plateau where it's like he built himself up so high that he couldn't really go any further than that. You know, he was so dope. It's like, okay, we heard you last battle. We want to hear you top that battle. And it came to a point where it's like he couldn't live up to the hype at a certain point because the bar was so high that he set. This is before Best I Ever Had. This is before all of that stuff. This is way before all of that. This is when he was in his infancy, beginning, just a beast on the street level. You know, so that's kind of that's kind of the thing with Lincoln. The same Boy Wonder effect where you build yourself up so dope, you put yourself on such a plateau, we now expect you to constantly outdo yourself, and that's not always an easy thing to do, you know. And I just refer it back to Boy Wonder, seeing his come up. You know, people always came out to the battle to hear what he was gonna do next to top what he did before, and it's like he kept doing it, but it's like you get so dope, it's like, well, how are you gonna top that? You know, and that's the trap. That's kind of the trap that happened to him. Luckily, Best I Ever Had and Forever came out, and he was just gone through the roof after that. You know, household name. But in his battle days, before all of that happened, that's what happened to him. He reached such a plateau battling that he just couldn't keep up to that level of constantly outdoing himself. And although Lincoln is dope as hockey sticks, HE double hockey sticks, a little bit, I think I wouldn't say he's not reached his peak. He's not reached his plateau at all. But we come to expect so much out of him. It's like he constantly got to elevate and take it to a notch higher. I think he did a dope-ass job tonight. There is absolutely nothing to take away from Lincoln's beat. The layers were there. It's all there. But I think Lounge and JL also did their thing. It wasn't as multi-layered, but the beat was still heavy, still hard, still mixed very well. You know, they took two worlds and combined them into one. And yeah, for this battle, we're going to rock with JL and Lounge. Very, very dope matchup. I'm sure some people will disagree. Some people will say Lincoln got it because it's all multi-textured and multi-layered, and that's fine. That happens sometimes. But, you know, both beats are dope. You can't take away anything from either beat. You know, people are more likely to say because Lincoln had more sounds and more textures and whatnot. Nothing wrong with that. You know, fair. That's fair. You know, you can say that. I can't take away from that. But it's dope. Both sides are dope. Nothing to take away from either side. JL, salute. Lincoln, salute. I mean, Lincoln's already won like 14 battles. You know, leave him do his thing. He probably win 20 battles and 30 battles, you know, and I'm sure he'll be back next week and do his thing again. But salute to both sides. Salute to JL Beats, Loungin'. Salute to Lincoln the Crux. Salute to everybody that battled tonight. And if you want a rematch, by all means, jump in next week and you could do a rematch with whoever you want to battle. The Man with Many Styles, I see you said you wanted a rematch, so most definitely just hit us up and we'll line that up. Midnight Special, all right, well, we just got to hit him up and make sure he's cool with it, and we could do the Man with Many Styles versus Midnight Special again. And we might even have, who knows, JL might want to battle
Lincoln again. Or I mean, we're definitely gonna get the Wody. Once we get the power right, we're gonna get Wody and Lincoln. We're definitely gonna do that. But yeah, shout out to all the producers. Shout out to Lincoln. Shout out to Lounge. Shout out to JL Beats. It's been a dope battle, and we'll be back next Thursday to do it again. So if you want to get your spot as soon as you can. As everybody knows, you can always change your beats. Don't wait to the very last minute. But if you're a day or two before the battle, like next Tuesday, next Wednesday, if you want to submit newer beats, feel free to do that. You're just registering now to hold your spot. You could always change your beats before the battle. So with that being said, we're going to sign off. We're going to rock out with the final two beats once again for the night. We're going to do it in reverse, though. We're going to play Lincoln's beat, and we're going to play JL's beat, and then we're going to sign off. And y'all going to have a good night. And you're going to see us next Thursday. And we're going to salute. Salute.
I am the Lord. It's not a game.
Dope beat. That's a monster beat. JL Beats, Lounge In, final beat. Want to salute everybody for coming through. We'll catch you next Thursday, same bat time, same bat channel. Yeah, let's do it. Final beat for the night. The bag goes to JL Beats. If he wants to split it with Lounge In, that's on you. You submitted the beat. It's your bag, but if you want to split it on that cold pub tip, feel free. Let's get it.
Hey, yo, JL, you think they ready?
Salute. Signing off. We'll be back. Hit us up on the site, battleofthebeatmakers.com. Follow us on IG at World Beat Battle. We also got software on the site. If you guys want a discount on your latest software, FL, whatever it might be, plugins or whatever, check out the site, battleofthebeatmakers.com/shop. If it's not on the site, just hit us up direct and we'll get it for you. Could always knock off a few dollars for you for a producer on the platform. So yeah, just hit us up, battleofthebeatmakers.com/shop. If you want to register for the battle, the next week battle, you already know the website. If you're on IG, hit us at World Beat Battle. Link is always in the bio. You just hit the link in the bio and you get directly to the website to register to get your spot. All right, so we're signing off. Salute to everybody, Africa, Asia, India, China, Australia, the Caribbean, America, Canada, UK, London, Europe, all of that, South America, and everywhere in between. The Man with Many Styles, you can register within the next hour. Everything will be updated for the next battle, which is the 26th of August.
And yeah, you're good to go. All right. So salute to everybody. Salute to Lincoln. Salute to JL. Salute to Lounge. Salute to Kalo, Slick Ranger, Aquaries, Solo, Jet Runner, The Man with Many Styles, Midnight Special, Fucker, Faker, Winnie, Dexo Beats, Cedar Freak, Oe Suki, No Swagger, Kid Marvel, Chappie. Salute, salute, salute. And with that being said, we're going to sign off. We're going to catch you at the next battle next week, Thursday, same time, same channel. Salute, everybody. Be safe, be healthy, stay healthy. And we'll see you in a hot minute. Peace.